His Jax is gone. His Camille is gone. Now Renekton banned by RNG as well.
Oh
Jace
my
gone.
God.
There are no top laners allowed up there.
Yeah, we said that this top lane matchup was going to be a bit of a doozy, and V5 already just going, look, we don't want Bid at all to have fun in this lane. The big thing, though, is like massive power picks are open. Caitlyn's, Corki's, all these things are still available, and especially when you're looking at like the mid lane matchup, things like the Corki, although it would make it a little bit more of a kind of boring matchup, still massive. And it looks like basically RNG said, hey, look, guys, we're going to take one of these power picks. So Zeri left open. I honestly think, though, Caitlyn can do well against the Zeri relatively well, especially because like the traps can kind of keep her in check and corral her. She's got the big range advantage and able to play back, especially even with the movement speed. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Gala Ming go for the like something like a Nautilus Caitlyn in this bot lane and just try and take over from the lane phase.
I mean, Ming, you pointed this stat out to me before the series. Ming has played 11 games of Nautilus so far this split. His next highest is 3 for Thresh. So the odds of a Nautilus pick, very, very high for RNG. But looking towards the Jinx, going with a bit of scaling here. Still at range advantage in that bottom lane, but definitely looking towards the lane.
And 11 is a bit of a magic number this draft phase as well, because when you look towards both Rookie and Xiaohu, they have both played 11 unique champions as well. Now, Xiaohu will go back to the old fan favorite in the Corki. This is where RNG, specifically when they have this Jinx Corki, will play a very slow-paced game. They're just going to go, right, hands off. We will use package to try and contest objectives like the Rift Tower and stat towards the dragons, but they're totally fine to just play fully for that late game. Whereas when you look across the V5, this is an insanely aggressive combo, right? You've already got the Hecarim there for Karsa, and Zeri, Nautilus as well wants to look for kills. This V5 is going to be looking to get out on the map early. So from RNG coming into this second ban phase, I would love to see things like the Rise taken away, the Twisted Fate taken away, things that can actually set up V5 to try and play off through these side lanes and try and help out both Rich, who won't get the counter pick here, but set up the Photic ppgod bot lane.
When you say you won't get counter pick, that Graves is locked in blind. The Tryndamere ban, I am totally on board with. I've seen this matchup too many times to be okay with blind Graves and no Tryndamere ban. So that one's fair enough. But yeah, I agree. Maybe something like the Twisted Fate is the follow-up ban here. Over to the side of B5, they could look towards maybe banning away supports, things like the Thresh that can set the Jinx up.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet. There's the Braum gone away. Taking away the Thresh as well, I think is a great answer because it can do relatively well against the Nautilus. The only thing is it's like Thresh not so hot against the Zeri, right? Zeri's movement speed makes it really difficult to try and lock her down. And maybe you consider something like the Leona just because of the flash CC can really ruin Photic's day and you get a good matchup into the Nautilus. But honestly, although the Thresh will be there for safety, maybe you're willing to leave that one open, but it's a toss-up, right? There's arguments on both sides.
Well, it's Alice. So none of that. I guess Ming, historically known for his Alistair, but like you said, the Leona available, Thresh is available, should RNG want it.
Yeah.
But
Tam Kenshi as well.
Yeah, they could go for the jungler as well if they want to, but realistically, they're not getting counter-picked whichever one they go for. I don't think it really matters in what order they pick right now.
So Leona being hovered at the moment, he gives you the ability to fight that lane phase toe-to-toe and kind of puts ppgod on the back foot. And now I want to see what the mid lane's going to be. Like Rise still available, the Twisted Fate's still there. It feels like you can go for either here. Corki not going to be able to manage like too much against the early phase, and you can kind of try and get out of lane. You're not really going to have a huge 1-3-1 presence here for V5, so it looks like instead they might just go back towards the team fights as the Gnar comes out for Rich, something we haven't seen in a while, but certainly if you're looking at team fights like V5 are, this is a wonderful setup for you.
Yeah, and we saw the Orianna hovered as well. This is Rookie's signature champion, his most played of all time. And it works so well with this composition, right? Hecarim or Gnar or Nautilus getting in the middle of everything. It's perfect for a big old shockwave. I'm excited for this composition from V5. It's all about the team fights. It's all about getting stuck in. The side of RNG feels like a very different vibe, right? Much slower style of composition.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not a big fan of the Trundle. I feel like you want a little bit more engage here on RNG and the ability to try and lock up this Zeri. So like the Jarvan option coming through here. So RNG, you still got really strong team fight, right? Great late game scaling in the Jinx and the Corki. Bin will still be able to play stop side. So this very much looking kind of more like a 1-4 style composition from RNG as they get towards the later portion of the game. But for V5, you're always going towards team fights, right? Like everything there synergizes so nicely. A ton of CC, great front line, ball delivery system for the Orianna, and always the option for Zeri to have a ton of fun in these fights, right? Because if you ever get the any sort of wombo combo off, Zeri can just pop off with the massive shred and follow up on that.
Exactly. There's so much room for big plays here, and it's kind of similar with the Jinx though as well. Like both of them, if the fight starts off well for them, they can snowball like crazy throughout the rest of it. So excited to see these AD carries when it comes to late game team fights, but also Orianna versus Corki in the mid lane. While it looks like a very slow matchup, when it comes to those skirmishes, I feel like Orianna's Shockwave really can be a defining factor. And one thing I will say, Jarvan into Orianna quite often can get a little messy because you kind of corral everyone in the team fight. And sometimes that could set up your opponent for success.
And I think as well, like when you're looking at Jarvan definitely a champion that wants to be aggressive in the early stages of the game. Corki, not so much, right? So you're not going to have that very strong mid jungle. Whereas when you look at Ori Hecarim, two champions that can make a lot of plays happen, especially post 6. So you'll have to keep your eyes out here, Xiaohu, as I feel like Karsa and Rookie have the stronger mid jungle, which is what we highlighted, is a point of protection for V5.
Have to see if they can find that opportunity to through the mid jungle to find an advantage in the early game. We're on Summoner's Rift for game number 1 of RNG versus V5. It's Xiaohu versus Rookie in the mid lane, and I have to say I'm a little disappointed that we're seeing scaling mages on both sides. Not ideal, really. But I want to talk a little bit about this top lane as well as ppgod. Gonna get deep wood down on the bottom side, get some vision. We've got Rich versus Bin, and we talked a little bit about Rich. You know, coming over from Korea, this is his first split in the LPL, and he played in the LCK for a good couple of years, played on Gen G to start his career off, and then most recently NS Red Force as well. And I feel like so far, like we said, it's been hot and cold from Rich. Some games he's looked amazing, some games he's really left a lot to be desired. This time he had the counter pick against a player like Bin. This is the kind of game where you can finally start to set the record straight for yourself.
Yeah, but even over on Nongshim, right? He didn't exactly have the best of laning phases, or at least known for his laning phase. So we're kind of seeing that set up once more here coming across to the LPL. Here against the Graves, should be reasonably okay. Like both Graves and the Gnar like to be able to punish through the fact that they're both range champions, but struggle in extended range matchups. Both of them kind of have a similar attack range, so it's not going to be a massive issue on either side. So I'd say it's pretty neutral up on this top side. I think Wei will probably try and make some plays up towards Bin in the early stages just to try and right that in favor of Bin, but for Xiaohu, for Gala, you're just looking to sit back, put your hands up and go, right, give me a cup of tea. I just want to farm.
Love a cup of tea. I have to say, I'm on board. That's all you needed to tell me. I'm now emotionally with those players. I'm ready for a cup of tea at all times. Xiaohu and Rookie just traded back and forth, and you expect in the early stages, Rookie usually will find an advantage, especially on Orianna. I feel like Rookie's Orianna is a different category. The way that he squeezes damage out of that champion using the passive so effectively to find a health advantage in the lane, it's always such a pleasure to watch.
And it is going to be difficult for Xiaohu to try and match that, right? Like, first strike there, yes, it'll give you a little bit of extra damage, but Rookie's able to proc it, the first strike first so easily because of, you can see there, right, with the ball positioning, right? Xiaohu can't really move up to the wave because the second he does, you're just going to have Xiaohu being able to fire that command attack across. You get the summon area damage as well. And these quick trades make it really difficult for Xiaohu to try and answer. So Rookie already having good control over this mid lane, and that's given time for Karsa here to just start to slip into the opposite side of the jungle, figure out where Ray's going to be. Maybe actually look for the gank top on Bin first.
It's been one of the weaknesses of Bin, overextending in the top side and getting ganked. Now, we saw that all the time on Suning. It's the same on RNG, forcing a flash early on. Way to answer in the bottom side though. ppgod and Photic in trouble. Getting dived here. Good flash from ppgod. Root onto Ming, who will go down to the tower. Photic back underneath. Gala has to back away. One more tower shot. He'll go down on this one. Photic getting aggressed upon once more. Way happy to tank up. The tower damage reset. Good dive from RNG.
I will be 2 for 1 in favor of RNG. Rookie and Rich had the TP to try and make it happen, but Rookie without mana couldn't try and support on the bot lane play. Probably would have just died as well. And Rich kind of still under pressure here from Bin, so wasn't able to try and make it happen. You can see here the dive as it comes through. Ming, unfortunately, not quite able to get the setup there, trying to dive off the level 3 versus the level 2, but still Gala playing really well off of terror range here, getting the play onto Photic. And we talked about, wanting to be a bit of a slower pace game for Gala. Well, I mean, if you're able to shut this Zeri down early and get kills for Gala, that's a win-win in the books of RNG.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can find the advantage early on Jinx, you can just take over a game. You don't have to be a late game AD carry if you can just have more items than everyone else. Wei now instantly moving to the top side. We were talking about this composition being a slow scaling comp. Apparently not. Wei is making things happen all around the map. Rich uses the hop, has flash available, but he's too slow on the trigger. He dies with flash still up. It's a disaster for V5.
And that's just such a mess from Rich. You should have at least tried to flash, maybe get Wei to burn his flash to follow it at minimum. And honestly, with Bin not having a flash for himself, you could have maybe got out of that one, but Rich, unfortunately, not quite able to do so. And as you say, right, I thought that this was going to be much slower. Said the Xiaohu, and when you get the Corki Jinx is tight, very slow, but Bin not going to get a rest here in the top side.
Yeah, Bin just getting chunked out here. Rich actually is going to finish the kill. Okay, it's a messy top lane happening here. Rich, the Trinity just autos it down. When Karsa didn't commit, I thought, okay, no way this is going down, but Bin just gets chased down, just gets finished off easily.
Yeah, able to get the slow. Looks like the smoke screen wasn't enough to try and keep Rich at base. Xiaohu.
Oh, Xiaohu's in trouble in the mid lane. Rookie wants a solo kill, forces the flash, flashes after him, and Rookie with the 1v1 sits the goat down.
And Rookie popping off in the mid. This is why I love to see this match. Already has been. Take 2.
Oh my days, it's just pure chaos in this one. The solo laners battling it out. Bin uses the ulti to try to survive here. One more ball will finish the job, but he misses the wallop. And it's back down to nothing in the top lane.
Holy, this is what I wanted from this game. Corki Jinx going slow. Not a hope. V5 are not having any of that. So, Rookie now, 1 kill up, great CS advantage in the mid. Rich as well, working wonders in his top side. The solo lanes for RNG that we thought would be able to at least match mid, go ahead and top, are not working out at all.
Not so far, and the biggest strength for V5 is the laning, right? Being able to build an advantage in the early game and then take it from there. They are still behind in gold because of the dive that happened earlier on, but if Rookie can keep doing that, and if Rich can step up to Bin like this, I have much more confidence in V5 than I did before this series started off, especially for Rich. Finding that answer up in the top side was crucial.
And now you get to see V5 in at least like they're even, but it definitely feels like from top side of the map, they're in control. And you can do a lot of work here with Karsa about to hit 6, Rookie having that advantage, Rift Herald about to come up. We're just going to get to see it here, right? Like, good poke again coming off of Rookie, and it's something that he's so good at doing on this Orianna. And like, he is by far the best Orianna we have in the league, and you see it every time he plays this champion. He just, and like, I don't even understand how he gets more damage out of this champion than anyone else can.
It is just mind-blowing, Rookie play. And I love every second of it, honestly. Wei now invading in the top side. Rich getting pushed underneath this tower. Maybe a dive angle as Karsa starts to move up. Wei's going to be on this blue buff. Has a ward behind the blue pit there, so we'll know that Karsa is moving over. Smite available for Karsa, but it's the small smite. Wei having that leveled up smite will be able to just take the blue buff away. Bin there to support him. Rich get a face check in here. Has the ultimate available. Gonna get Bin down on the side. Karsa here has his own ulti as well if he wants to charge on through, but Rookie just gonna be gifted another kill.
And I don't know why RNG are trying to commit to that play. You can see the Xiaohu had moved over to finish off the Raptors. He wanted to try and reset so he could pick up package before the Rift Herald fight started off. And you end up just having more members of V5 on that top side. Kill goes across again now to Rookie. He's 2-0. Plates will be answered by Gala in this bot side. But I don't know if you want to try and fight this Rift Herald. It looks like at least RNG are considering it with Ming moving up. But or V5 are so strong right now.
I have to say, I did not expect this top lane matchup to be going the way that it is right now. When you look at Bin versus Rich, you know, we had a lot of question marks about how Rich was going to perform in this series, but Bin is being exposed right now. Keeps on stepping too far forward in the lane, keeps on mispositioning, and Rich knows his role on this Gnar, right? He's setting up for the rest of the team, gets himself in a good position to be able to find that ulti onto Bin and find a pick.
Xiaohu now. Running into Karsa.
Karsa doesn't seem to be afraid. Happy to go for a bit of a trade with Xiaohu's Corki. I think he was looking for a steal potentially, but either way, he's not going to find it regardless. So we'll just have to back away from that one in the end. Rich just clearing minions underneath the tower. Feel like we need to do a bit of a reset here, Dagda, as it's up just it's about 500 gold lead in favor of RNG right now on the scoreboard. It's 3-4. They got the first Drake as well, and now they got themselves a Herald as well. So it does feel like ultimately things are going in favor of RNG despite Rookie's 2 kills, despite Rich chasing Bin down in the top side. It is RNG with the advantage.
It just depends on where you're looking, right? As ppgod, spot Ming. Gonna hold on to this. I don't think we need to fight now, but here we are.
Dragon isn't even up, but we're going for a fight apparently. Shockwave pulls Ming back into the fray. Great solar flare though. But it doesn't matter because Karsa was in his ulti. The stun does nothing. It's a nice pickup by V5. But again, Drake isn't up. So it's just going to be the picking of itself.
But this is why I was about to say, like, it depends on where you're fighting this Rookie. Oh, no.
Has his flash, though. Gets on out of that one. That'll be waits up on cooldown right before Drake comes up. I'm not sure what the cooldown on Jarvan ult is this early on. But I think it might be more than a minute.
Yeah, I think it's about 70 to 80 seconds. So we'll just about be coming back up after the fact. Also, more than likely, because he's a jungle running Summer's Insight. So I think he gets a little bit of... Sorry. No, not so... Somebody Inside. Yeah. Cosmic Insight. Sorry. Different show altogether. But basically, like, you should have a little bit of cooldown there anyway. So it should be okay for trying to set up for these fights. The big thing, though, is, like, again, where you want to be situated here is V5. Their top side is stronger, and their mid jungle is stronger than RNG. The bot side for RNG has the gold lead quite substantially, which is where that gold advantage was for RNG. But you are not as strong as Gala right now compared to Photic because of the 2 champions. So trying to fight for this dragon could be a big misstep for RNG unless Xiaohu's package is massive or they find some sort of pick beforehand.
Karsa clearing away vision behind the Drake. It's spawning now onto the map. RNG got the first one of the game, but remember, wait, still no ultimate available. So RNG might struggle to contest this one. They're going to have push in the bottom side because the reset came out from Gala. Meantime, Rookie starts to move into that river as well. But Drake not started off just yet for V5. Bin having push in this top side. Both top laners with TP available, but it's still the dodgy version of TP where they can only go to towers.
V5 now situating themselves on towards the dragon. Yeah, V5 or RNG just going to back away. Good call here. There's not very much you can do. I believe Xiaohu picked up the package though, so maybe they try and look for a play elsewhere on the map, like up towards this top side to try and allow Bin to keep pushing in this wave. But we'll have to see if that's the plan already though. V5 look like they're trying to read this, and you can see Rookie and Karsa leaning up here. Really nice understanding from V5 how to keep RNG in check.
Spotted on this control ward though, so unfortunately for V5, no opportunity to play there. ppgod maybe caught on the bottom side. Wei ulting literally on cooldown here. As soon as he sees an enemy and his ult is up, he just goes for it. And I'm loving that. I'm loving watching Wei this game. He's been so aggressive right from the word go.
And it's a very different look from Wei. We've actually kind of been dissing him a little bit, saying, look, this guy hasn't had that big impact. But this game, he's been trying his damnedest. Tower now goes the way of Gala. So Gala is going to be massively accelerated in this game, but still gotta wait to see if he can get to those 2-3 items. V5 still, it feels like to me, despite this, at least have a control over the mid game, but RNG's kind of timing window has been pushed forward substantially.
And RNG, they're just going to get a tier 2 on the bottom side. This is 2 towers off the Herald. Now reset in the bottom lane as well. ppgod will go down. There's a kill for Gala. Plus all of those lates, plus local gold for the tier 2 tower. This is a huge swing for RNG.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be so much gold there for Gala now, as maybe they get more as Karsa, rookie moving in. Will be dissuaded here. Xiaohu's going to push in, but yeah, I mean, you're starting to see the crack show for V5, right? RNG getting good control over this bot side, even Bane in this top lane as well, right? Hullbreaker now completed for him. He's having a lot more fun up in this top lane, and mistake from Photic and ppgod, just moving too far up and giving Ming the engage.
Yep, finding that way in as well as Ming. Managing to get the Zenith Blade, so he's in the way, blocks the anchor. So ppgod cannot escape from the play. Still 3-0 on Rookie, and it's already starting to feel like, okay, look towards Rookie if you're a V5 fan. And I start the day saying, you know, he's on a team where he doesn't need to win V5, but, you know, with the way the game is currently going, it feels like there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders specifically.
But I mean, the team fights can still go very well for V5, but yeah, I agree. We're looking at these shockwaves from Rookie. If you get good setup with Karsa or Rich, this can just be a game changer. Especially when you're looking at, like, Gala. He will be going towards this rapid fire cannon build, so going to be trying to play a good bit of range and keep himself safe, but you have so much dive potential both from, like, Karsa, Rich, and even if ppgod wants to flash in just for the depth charge, that could be the thing that gets V5 back into the game.
Photic, ppgod moving up towards this top side to match Gala and Ming. Already made it up there. Herald coming up 10 seconds time. Let's see who can find an advantage as Rich looks for a 1v1 at the top side. Bin flashes away from the stun. Oh, it's a tense 1v1, but it's going to defuse in the end because Xiaohu has arrived from the mid lane and Rich will have to flash to keep himself safe.
So, flash for flash burnt on both top laners. Xiaohu got to make his way down there because Rookie didn't really have push in the mid. Rift Herald is up, and once more, RNG trying to avoid the fight with V5. This is one of the things that we compliment for RNG for a lot, is like really good understanding of what the enemy composition is trying to achieve and where their own composition is strongest. And right now realizing, look, if we try to take a fight with Luden's Tempest just picked up by Rookie, we won't be able to try and take this fight. Instead, we need to give space to Rookie and Karsa. Let's just try and farm up and see if we can hit our late game spot.
Yeah. Definitely feels like the correct play as well for RNG. Even though they're ahead in gold, not taking an unintelligent fight doesn't feel like the correct play for them, so they don't go for it. I like that from RNG. 5-4 on the scoreboard as we approach the 16-minute mark, and that means Drake will be coming up again shortly. 50 seconds till that one. And it'd only be the second Drake for either team, and it's a Cloud Drake. So I feel like there's a very high chance this won't be fought for, and it'll just be maybe RNG, since they're the ones with a jungler on the bottom side of the map.
But that's why V5 were kind of eyeing up this top lane, right? You could see that RNG's bot lane had to back away because they didn't know where V5 were, and Rookie started to roam, Karsa started to roam, but instead they moved back in towards the mid as Gala and Ming give space to V5 in the topside jungle and managed to get that mid lane turret. Now they can turn over towards the dragon if they want, but Way's going to get Rich in the bot side.
Hyper is Rich, but he's exhausted. He's not going to be able to turn into Mega Gnar, and there's no way that he turns this one around. Way finishes him off with the Cataclysm, and that's just a simple pickup for RNG. Rich way overextending, and great timing on the gank, right? It's as Dragon spawns, and it's also as Rich came out of Mega.
Yeah, and this is why we're kind of highlighting, like, Rich has been having a bit of a rough time. Like, the early lane phase had started to go his way, but these kind of plays do come back to haunt you. Now, Bin, who'd already gotten some good turret plates on the top side, will have push in this bot lane. He's gone full split push with the Hullbreaker, so if you're getting these leads for Bin, it's going to pay dividends for RNG in this 1v1.
Top side to match Rookie here. And both mid laners farming up an absolute storm, more than 10 CS per minute from each of them. And we're starting to get to that point where they're going to do some real damage, right? We've got the Ludens finished off for Rookie. He's also stacked his tier already, so he can go into the Archangels. And on the other side, you can see Orianna almost finished. The Ludens on the way for Xiaohu. The 2 item spikes for both of these mid laners will be devastating for whoever those ults hit.
I like that V5 are trying to play around Rookie. Like, getting this deep vision off the Rookie pushing topside is going to be really crucial to them trying to slow down RNG and get these towers in their favor. Karsa and Rookie's, like, one-shot potential is at an all-time high, and V5 want to try and cash in.
Dude, but the Corki wave clear too much as Rookie cannot finish that tower off. The try rush, way the target. It's going to be the shockwave just used immediately, and a pick found by V5. But what else can come up this one? Photic over the wall. The knock up onto Gala, who has to Gale Force away. Photic surviving as well as Karsa chases, but Rich is behind the play. It's gorgeous from V5 as they find a flanking play, and Bin is way too late on this TP.
And I love that Rookie isn't saving that shockwave. He's just like, look, we get this pick, we can get more out of this play. And just like that, V5, we said they wanted to cash in on the Rookie stonks, and they do just that. Picks galore. Tower will be taken by Rich in just a few moments in that top side. And now that gold lead swinging right back, so V5 are within touching distance of RNG.
And Sonya's finished now for Rookie as well, so it's even harder to punish the Clockwork Lady. And you're absolutely right, just pulls the trigger on the shockwave right off.
And I love it, right? Like, there's nothing that you can do here as the Jarvan. You have the flash, but you're dead before you even get a chance to use it. And then ppgod, wonderful flash to set up this pick onto Gala as well. And that's what we were talking about for this composition for V5, right? When they go hard. And you have to be so careful with both Xiaohu and Gala, which are positioned in this fight, because it's not one thing you have to look out for. It's the entirety of V5 you have to keep your eyes on.
It really is, and the second that you make that misstep, like you're saying, V5 will pounce. They will take as much as they possibly can. This is not a team that is shy to go for an objective, but now RNG looking to give V5 a taste of their own medicine, hiding in a brush with a control ward. But Karsa, he smells a rat.
They're running down for Rich, though, and Rich, I don't know, sense of smell still there for him. He thinks that something's gone a bit awry as well, so he's just going to back away from that one. Now, though, it gives full control over V5 to this top side, right? You trade inside of the map, and V5, they've got a tier 2 that they can take up there.
Xiaohu does have to be a little cautious. You can see Rookie always angling on how he can close the gap on the enemy, how he can find an angle for his shockwave, which at this point in the game as well, pretty short cooldown. It will be available every single fight, especially when that blue buff is in play for Rookie. But Baron is up. It's on the cards right now. Both top laners on the bottom side, but Wei as well clearing his wolves. It looks like V5 not going to pull the trigger on anything too crazy for the time being. I think that would be a little overzealous.
And this is why I'm not a big fan of RNG trying to trade like sides of the map, right? It feels like getting bot side pressure for a Cloud Dragon isn't great, but if V5 are able to get full control of your top side jungle, it's really difficult to get that back as RNG. Wei is not tanky. No one on RNG is tanky. And if you've got to try and face check into the composition that V5 has, you're in for a bad time. So with V5 now establishing some vision control on that top side, they can now walk through, commit the resources they want to get that vision fully secured. And honestly, I know V5 are sitting here, Dragon. I'd love to just see them play for Baron, right? You actually have a good amount of Baron damage with the composition that you have. And if RNG ever try to face check you, great turn as well.
Oh, Bin actually using the collateral damage to try and steal that blue buff there. But it's Rich to pick it up with a boulder in the end. And I want to just quickly comment on the AD carry build here, because we've got Photic on 1 and 2 halves of an item, which doesn't make sense outside of League of Legends terms, but 1 tier 3 and 2 tier 2s. Gala, on the other hand, already 2 tier 3 items finished off and a Last Whisper, but crucially, going with a Phantom Dancer after a Gale Force pick up in the mid lane. ppgod keeps himself alive with a stopwatch, and there goes Gala. Rookie to finish that one off, and more shields on ppgod. Wei uses everything to try and find the enemy support, and he sacrifices his life for it. It's 2 for 1 for V5.
And RNG tried to play that safe. They're like, look, they are on the dragon. We do not touch it. We don't care. And V5 were like, but no, we just knocked down your front door. We're just going to kill you anyway. Xiaohu now trying to answer off on this side lane, but Dragon is going to go the way of V5. Kill's going the way of V5. And with Rookie, as big as he is on this Orianna, these team fights and these plays keep going V5's way.
Yeah, it's not even like we've seen one crazy shockwave that kills everyone or anything like that. It's consistent picks that V5 are playing through, right? Anytime they have a numbers advantage, immediately they make the play. Whether that's an overall numbers advantage or just for a second you've mispositioned, V5 will pounce.
And again, the vision control keeps getting established for them, and Gala's struggling.
Oh, Photic actually flashes forward. Wants to 1v1 Gala. Karsa comes in to help it on out. And Gala down. V5 are up on the top side of the map already. Red buff will be stolen away here. I don't think they can afford to 50-50 a Baron, but I don't think they need to when ppgod can find hooks like that. Xiaohu zoned by Rookie's Shockwave there. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. But now over to the Baron for V5. It's actually going to be a reset from Karsa. Does not have the smite available. Will get some health back and make his way over.
I like this call from Karsa, right? Like, he really needs to get more health. The poke from Xiaohu, who's still very real, and Ming coming in with the ult. They could have just finished him off.
ppgod again. He just doesn't miss. Xiaohu 1 HP here. Finished off by Photic. And another pick for V5. Karsa now back onto the scene. Actually, ults just to close the distance on Baron.
Wait,
I
Rookie!
love oh, the rocket! Gala finds one. Maybe that's enough to deter the play from V5 here, because Rookie was going to TP back in.
Yeah, that was exactly what they're planning to go for. V5 were trying to just swap and bait out RNG in that one. Karsa was resetting, but RNG didn't know it. They had no vision to spot the Karsa gone for it, so they're looking to contest the Baron play so they can try and poke down Karsa, get the jungler out of the equation, and turn it into a 50-50. But with Karsa resetting, then V5 take the fight, and after that, Rookie being shot down means that they can't actually continue on as RNG are respawning. So really close fought fight for RNG. It goes 1-for-1, but stopping the Baron is so key there.
It really is, and I don't know about you, Dagda. I'm having a whale of a time in this game.
This is such a fun game.
Brilliant. And now let's take another look at ppgod once again finding these opportunities to get on the camera.
Yeah, just flashing in there to get onto Xiaohu. It's hard for Xiaohu. You've no vision in that area, so you've always got to try and face check, and we were saying that was one of the big problems. But as you mentioned, right, Gala, this is the hero play. The fact he manages to catch Rookie just as he's resetting that ward, giving him the vision that he needs, means that Rookie can't TP in, and you can't look for the follow-up fight. Again, though, V5 have already done a good job of getting vision control on this top side, so RNG's vision control quite limited when it comes towards River, when it comes towards Baron, and that's why V5 are slowly moving in to eke out for control.
Yeah, finding more and more vision. ppgod, actually, Way messed up his flag and drag. Has to use his stopwatch. That's a huge cooldown, and Karsa comes across the team to fear everybody. And with jungler down, that's got to be a Baron call, right?
I mean, Rich is just walking there. They know that they've got this. Rookie gonna play keep away, because if you walk up, that one-shot potential is massively there. There's nothing that RNG can do. They're looking for the pick.
They're looking to try and get onto Rich. Maybe a way to start fighting in a different way, but Rich just moves over to the rest of his team. And look at that Gnar bar from Rich. He's getting close to Mega Gnar. Baron getting low. There's the shockwave onto Bin, pulled in by the rest of the team, and should be able to escape on the backside of the fight. But Baron already taken in the meantime. Now Ming chased down. Gala getting chased by Karsa as well, who has infinite move speed thanks to Rookie. Photic over the wall wants a little bit more. The Zap goes wide though. Bin might be able to escape, but I don't think so. We're going to the derby as Karsa chases him down under hoof.
And V5 are looking so good in this game. Rookie and Karsa step up in the early stages. Photic has been nuts on this Zeri as well. His positioning has been great. His decision making and when he can go aggressive is happening as well. And just like that, we said that this would be a slow paced game. We said that RNG had tried to get those early advantages for Gala, but it means nothing. The execution from V5 has been stopping Gala in his tracks every single time. And V5 have been coming up front. You see it here. Way even. There's just no way out. That's so unfortunate. I think he'd been slightly to the left. That flag wouldn't have gone to the far side of the wall. He would have got out, but just in the heat of the moment, passing that flag a little bit too far out of arm's reach.
And Rich just... Oh, what? Xiaohu's been solo killed by Rookie
even
for the second time this game. If anyone had any questions about whether or not Rookie is back, this scoreboard, these solo kills tell you that he is. And V5 up against RNG want to climb the standings today. They're looking for a mid lane inhibitor. They're looking for bot lane straight after. And Ming pulled in by ppgod. The rest of the team charges on in as Gala forced back to the fountain immediately. Shockwave onto Ming, but not much damage coming on through just yet from V5. Bin forces Karsa away. And that will be all that they can get on this push. A bottom inhib will go down. V5 have to back away.
I mean, the kills don't go over, but 2 inhibs, you'll take that any day as V5. Dragon is up as well, so they'll just back away and pick up that one for themselves if they even want to. I mean, right now, trying to keep the pace on the map may actually be the better call, right? Because RNG, they'll probably try and move over for the Dragon. They can take it, but it means that you can get quick push on this top side. And yet, Rookie, quick flash forward onto Xiaohu, just knew his damage so well there. Didn't even try to invest onto the Shockwave as well. It was just like, I can kill him with just that one, well, not one click of a button, but just a few clicks of a button.
Knowing that the Valkyrie comes out if he doesn't just one shot, right? So flashes forward and makes it happen. And I love that. I love that Rookie is so decisive in those moments. That's the thing that sets him apart. He knows what he can do, and he knows how to make it happen. Photic as well, having a phenomenal game for himself, right? Every single team fight feels like his positioning is perfect. He's now on 4 items. This Zeri is going to be shredding. But look at his health bar too. Like, the Zeri build makes you so tanky as an AD carry. And sure, you'll do less damage than like a Jinx will, for example. But it doesn't matter when you're able to get so much damage consistently over time.
And it doesn't matter if you've got a Jinx with like 6 items in this game. Karsa's literally just hitting ore onto wherever Gala is. And like, hey, look, sometimes he's got a Rookie ball on top of him, so maybe he looks for the Shockwave. Other times it's just like, cool, get the hell away. The rest of my team will deal with whatever RNG are trying to do. We're just going to win the fight as long as I keep Gala out of the equation.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even about big Rookie Shockwaves. That's the beauty of it. And it's kind of been the same the whole split from Rookie is we've not necessarily seen massive individual plays where he just 1v9s. He's not needed to. He sets the team up, finds a pick, and then the rest of the fight is easy.
But that's what makes him so smart, right? Is that, like, you can hold on to that Shockwave for the big play. But knowing that if I get this one pick now, that will net us so much more than, you know, the big flashy play. So utilizing that nice and early rather than holding on to it for the big fights. This is what kind of separates Rookie. Is like, he can have those big moments when he needs to, but understanding that sometimes the little play is going to win you the game more than the flashy.
Rich is currently Mega Gnar if V5 wants to try and make some kind of dive happen, but doesn't look like it's going to happen now. Xiaohu having to use the package just within the base if he's going to time out. And Rich wants to close that gap. Xiaohu knows that's not a fight he wants to take in melee range for the time being. And RNG slowly but surely just being pressured in every lane. Now Karsa, Brock seeing that minion wave so that the minions can push in this top side, and it buys space for V5 to get into this base. Photic moves forward. Great positioning from V5. Karsa wants the engage, trying to move forwards here. But Rich just zoning everyone. That'll be the tower going down. ppgod slightly wide on the anchor. But now entrance gleaned by V5 on this top side. Xiaohu slowed by the laser. ppgod, half his health gone. A rocket in as well, but he'll survive for the time being. Still quite tanky. And the inhib will fall. Slow and steady wins the race. Shockwave comes out away, and he'll survive.
Yeah, it just means V5 gonna back away. All inhibitors down. Baron is in 50 seconds, and your base is in tatters as RNG. You try to leave it, you're running into V5 that once more have all the vision in the world this topside jungle. And RNG, yes, the late game might have been in your favor, but you just don't have it in the tank to fight against V5 right now.
And you know, deep down somewhere, part of me wants to compliment Xiaohu on almost having a flame horizon in the mid lane. But it just doesn't feel like it matters at all when Rookie is 6-1-9, you know? It doesn't feel like that CS advantage is going to make any difference in this game. All 3 inhibs gone, and Baron spawning in 14 seconds, and you know V5 will be more than willing to pull the trigger on that.
Again, I don't know how RNG contest, right? Like V5, they've got pinks galore in this topside waves pushing in their favor. It's so easy for V5 to try and take it, and all they're doing is trying to goad RNG out of the base right now. Like saying, come on, just have one little look, and we can try and get that massive shockwave. We can get that big engage, and now Looks like V5 don't even care. They've got the super minions 2x2 moving in. And you need some sort of miracle play onto Rookie if RNG hope to win this.
Yeah, I mean, why go for the Baron, right? Why flip it when you can just push with the supers? That's one Nexus tower falling. And RNG, last-ditch effort, last-ditch fight has to come on through. The last tower falls down, way on the back line. Rookie low on HP and will be taken out. Xiaohu gets that kill for himself. Ming buying time with a stopwatch here, and V5 are being pushed out of the base. The resets come through from Gala, and V5 are forced to go home as Xiaohu will finish off one last kill. It's Gala to take it in the end, and maybe a Baron for RNG instead.
It's just a disaster from V5. They're trying to force the end, but you've got so much damage that's coming out from Gala and Xiaohu, who remained untouched in the backline. And now RNG, they get to turn towards the Baron. How do RNG manage to do this where they're on the brink against top esports in game 1? They bring it back with a Baron play, and now against V5, the throw from V5 gives the Baron to RNG as well. See it here, right? Xiaohu poking a load with this poke Corki build. Gala completely untouched on the backside, and with everything used onto the front line, Gala's completely untouched alongside Xiaohu. Rookie goes down with no peel. Dragon now started for RNG. Karsa in your bottom left screen though, trying to see if you can get the steal.
Oh, RNG taking that dragon. That's 3 dragons apiece, and Dagda. Oh, boy, do we have a game on our hands. Now Baron, I think, was taken by RNG. I have to assume it was taken by RNG, yeah. And so, we're on 3 dragons apiece. Baron in the pocket of RNG. Gold, for all intents and purposes, even, because we're 35 minutes in. 2k is nothing at this stage. Inhibs are respawning, and it means that V5 now don't have that same level of pressure that they had before, but they should be able to reset and go back towards this mid lane once more. Try and finish these open inhibs. And RNG, I don't think they're going to let them go without a fight, because that'll leave their Nexus bare.
Yeah, I mean, you're nearly at a full item Jinx again. Like, Gala can carry these fights if he's allowed to just free fire. You saw in that last one that because of where the base was situated, V5 couldn't get onto him. This thought, no, V5 willing to try and draw RNG out of the base. Buy space, and if Gala can honestly get this GA finished, that could be enough where maybe they can try and hold off where he gets the respawn and he's all good, but it's still going to be so tough for RNG to try and hold on to this with inhibitors falling and no Nexus turrets.
So, Rookie will have his TP coming up shortly. I saw a whole bunch of pings going on towards that Nexus. There isn't any deep wards or anything like that right now, but just keep your mind open towards shenanigans, because this V5 team, they're more than willing to make those kinds of plays happen. Baron not going to be up on the map for a good old while, as RNG still have that in pocket. Still 3 minutes till Drake. Feels like V5 is somewhat stalling out at this point. Not sure how to make the push happen, but now moving into the base. Karsa on the front line, threatening the engage. V5 are nervous.
I mean, it's hard to push against the Baron up creeps, right? And they're still waiting for that top wave to come in. Like, those creeps on the Nexus will draw RNG back. So just playing it slow, playing it safe, 40 seconds until the Baron time's off, and then it becomes easier, but RNG may not want to wait.
I thought that was going to be the engage. I thought they'd found a way in onto Photic there. He's down to half HP, which is really not ideal for V5. Just make this next fight a little more difficult. And I think crucially as well, waiting for Photic to have his cleanse available. It's only a few seconds until that'll be back in his arsenal, and it's so crucial in these late game fights for an AD carry.
Cloud Soul as well, not going to mean a huge amount in this game, so I wouldn't be surprised to see RNG try and give that if it comes up in 2 minutes time. They're just going to hold on to the bases. They lose one inhibitor, top one now under siege as well, but V5 to kind of bamboozle RNG. Duke left, now move right to get the bot inhibitor.
Oh, the mind games going on in this game. It's so tense between the two teams. One fight could decide everything, but RNG not accepting defeat just yet. Another inhib falls. That's the 5th of the game as Karsa moves back. Ming engaging. Rocket into the team. As Bin is on the back line right here, but he's alone. As ppgod finally falls. V5 forced away once again, and Bin was happy to be alone. He had a GA to work with. He survives. And once again, RNG will not accept defeat.
It's Gala being untouched once more. The ultimate was thrown away, or the depth charge was thrown off of Gala, so it meant that he was able to just sidestep away from that and then continue forward. Rookie not really getting access to try and play at range against what Gala has as well. So right now, RNG, they're holding on. It's tenuous at best, but V5, they just can't manage to get towards the Nexus again.
Oh, it's so tense, Dagda. Let's take another look. His entire fight, like Finn, making the hero play to go so deep just to buy space for the rest of his team.
So, Ming manages to turn around onto ppgod, it goes golden. Now watch the depth charge here. It goes on to Xiaohu rather than on to, actually goes on to Ming, which definitely not the call. I think you need to put this onto Gala pretty much every time because he's just able to deal so much damage when he's left untouched. But when Karsa wasn't tying him up with the ultimate and a follow-up shockwave, when the depth charge isn't going on to him either, that's where it can cause issues. And you're seeing now GAs across the board as well. Yeah. It's making things so hard for that like big wombo combo from V5 to find purchase.
We're getting towards 6-item territory for just about everyone in the game. And the one thing I will say, Rookie basically stopped farming so that they could give it all to Photic, and that's starting to bite him because he's still not finished off that death cap. He's still a way away finishing off his 6th item himself. Although, I'll be honest, I don't think Orianna damage is the biggest concern. Ooh, Ming flashes forward. That was way too much from Ming. He will survive, though. The heal from Gala at the last second keeps his support alive. Rich being punished as well as Gala. Oh, my days, the stopwatch from Rich. And it stops my heart for a second at the same time. V5, another inhib. That's their 6th inhib taken this game.
They're basically just doing rounds of RNG's base. It's as far as they can poke their head in to actually get into the base of RNG. Baron, though, up in 20 seconds. This is going to be the change. Yeah, Rich will get the soul, but V5, it's really the Baron that will draw RNG out of the base. And or when you've got V5, you can also look to just run straight at your Nexus if you try and contest Baron. This is where it starts to fall apart for RNG. It's been a valiant effort, but as long as V5 play this right, they can both threaten the Baron and also that Nexus. Just so you can see there, flash away as Rookie tried to make the play with Shockwave, but I don't think you start this right now. Like, you don't have the Shockwave for Rookie. A teamfight for RNG could go okay.
But Gala has no flash, and it looks like there's no way for them to contest, right? It was a pick onto Gala, potentially, from Rookie. And Gala has just sold his Kraken Slayer to buy a Gale Force so that he can avoid the Shockwave. He knows his flash isn't up for 5 minutes. He knows he's gonna have to be able to dodge away from what Rookie can bring to the fight. Really smart from Gala.
It does mean though that you're still a sitting duck because I think he had the Gale Force earlier. So I don't know. I didn't see the Kraken Slayer coming through. I thought he still had Gale Force. But...
Yeah, no, he had, but it popped up saying he'd built Gale Force. I'm so confused.
I don't know. Anyway, either way, maybe he considered changing Kraken to Gale, but regardless, like, Gala is still in trouble, right? Like, you have a great engage from Karsa onto Gala with the Rookie Shockwave, and Rookie didn't use anything on that last engage from Ming. Package for Xiaohu, though. Maybe this dissuades a little, but they know this is the last fight, Mudge.
This might be the last moment. If V5 can win it, they'll take the game. If RNG win it, they've still got a lot of towers to get through, honestly.
This is so hard.
Rich is turning mini now, though. They can't stick around.
They just need to give those Baron up creeps access to the Nexus, though.
Here we go. Package across the team. Xiaohu on the backline. Photic flashes away as Wade now the target. Shockwave onto 2 here. Watch Photic in a 1v3. Shredding the health bars with the Titanic Hydra. Rich is onto the Nexus as well. Karsa charging on through. Xiaohu low on HP.
Oh
Wade's still going strong as well. But Gala's still alive. Photic versus the world. Can he do it on Zeri? Dodges the zap. Dodges everything. Has the move speed to work with. But he can't find his way in. Still has the Baron buff, though. And I don't think he's done yet.
How is this game still going? The Nexus got so low, but Rich wasn't able to help. But now RNG, they have 3 members up. Long death timers with Photic, trying to use the movement speed, trying to use the fact that there's nobody on RNG that can keep him locked down. But the range on RNG is going to be an issue, and Photic can't get to the Nexus.
Oh, it's a heartbreaker for V5. They were so close, but a split call crucially. Rich was trying to end the game. Photic was trying to win the team fight. Didn't feel like V5 were all on the same page there. And for the 3rd time, RNG manages to stall out and keep this game going.
And halfway back up on Gala's flash as well. This is where it becomes a little bit easier for him to try and fight. But you see every time we're looking at these fights, right? Karsa's going in, but Gala is not having, Karsa's jumping onto Gala, but he's not having any follow-up, right? Rookie's not really in a position to follow. Rich wasn't there to try and move with him either. These long spread out fights that are happening in the RNG base are actually allowing RNG to spread out themselves thin, making it really difficult for V5 to find the correct dive targets and keep RNG kind of grouped together for their combo.
Trying to get vision in this mid lane. We just reset to the same position
again.
once again. It feels like we've been looking at this exact spot on the map for the last 20 minutes at this stage. Oh, now back to the mid lane. Baron still going for 1 second. It's now timed out, but that's a hook onto Wei. V5 got the inhib. It's an engage on the backline from Wei, trying to keep these guys CC'd. Rookie turns gold and keeps himself alive. Gala still going strong on the backline. That's going to be one pick onto Xiaohu here, but Gala still firing away. Photic chased over the wall, turns into GA, but Flame Chompers should be available any second now. It's onto Photic over the wall, and Gala takes the kill. But Karsa is trying to backdoor. They're trying to finish off the Nexus instead. I don't think he has the damage. And RNG, they just won't die.
And now you've got both Rookie and Rich down for 50 seconds. They can't TP into the base because they aren't open available. Wards are being cleared out. But RNG, can they actually get out of their base? Like, they can try and push, but you know that Karsa is sitting trying to see if he can get into the base. ppgod has reset as well. They can leave 1 or 2 members back, but oh my god, this game!
And it's starting to feel impossible for V5. I feel like they're trying to win this team fight, but maybe everyone needs to be on the same page as Karsa and just barrel at the Nexus. Oh, he's going for it. The secret agent mission, charging across the map. He's going to wait for his devastating charge once again. Oh my days, it's so tense. It is so tense, Dagda. When is that inhib coming up? Still 4 minutes until the mid.
Karsa has a ward. Karsa has the control ward. He's going to try and get into the base, place the control ward, and have everyone TP. The resets on the inhibs, though, might have put this back, though.
It's 4 minutes until the mid inhib. They have the time to make the play. Both TPs are available.
Karsa, he has that. That's a hero ward. That control ward could completely break open this game. He's going to just hide here. You know that there's 45 seconds until the Elder and a minute until Baron. He's just going to sit here for 40 seconds and then run at the base.
RNG have left the base for the time being. A couple of V-pings. They don't know where Karsa is. He's just regenning all the way back up to full health again. This is so tense. Elder Dragon is coming up in 30 seconds, and the jungler for V5 is on the wrong side of the map, hiding in a bush, trying to make a hero play. Now this is LPL right here. This is why I watch this league. 18 seconds on that Elder Drake. Karsa still staying in that brush. He's been there over a minute at this point.
They have no idea. RNG are moving out of the base. This is Karsa in the top side. Bane is still in the base. They have at least some people back, but if V5 can just stop the resets, they're in good spots. Rich now, he's moving away. They're looking for it. Karsa's running.
Karsa's making the play, needs to drop the control ward. Immediately the TP's come on through. Bin desperately trying to stop what he can. The rest of the team TPing back. It's going to be onto the Nexus though. And V5, the Karsa hero play makes it happen.
This game was insane. The fact that Karsa wins the game by sitting in a bush for about a minute and a half to give that TP ward, that was beautiful. RNG, they tried so hard. They fought so hard to get back. But with their base in tatters, V5 find the one way that they can end the game.
I cannot believe the game has ended like that. And it had to be Karsa to do it, right? That's the most Karsa way to end the game ever. And you could see absolute fury on the faces of the RNG players as they stepped off the stage. And I don't blame them. That is such a stressful game. They lasted for so long. It ends like that. And you could tell that they were suspicious, right? Bin was still sticking around in the base. He knew something was up. But what can you do? He moves at the speed of light. The double TP onto the ward. Oh, so difficult for RNG and a heartbreaking loss for those players.
And you could see how quickly those TPs came in as well. There was just no time to muck about. They were like, we need to make this happen. But you got to say, like, coming back to it, like, this was V5's game for a large portion. And the problem was for RNG, you either lose to that play or you end up losing to the Elder Dragon, right? Like, Elder Dragon is designed to be that game ender. ender. So if you end up giving that across, they take the team fight at your nexus, you end up losing regardless. So unfortunately for RNG, there was just no winning. V5 though, great game. Rookie, phenomenal game. Like getting those early solo kills against Xiaohu, setting up for that mid jungle that we talked about. Like this was V5 absolutely controlling the mid to early late game, I'll say. And unfortunately then, they kind of just threw themselves a lot at RNG, but eventually RNG broke.
Yeah, it was like, you know, V5, I nearly said top esports because of Karsa. V5, they were the tide splashing against the wall, right? And then eventually they found that crack. The water got in and exploded. And suddenly Karsa finds his way through into the base. The wall crumbles. And V5 managed to get the win. A 45-minute win here for V5. And a hard-earned win, to say the very least. Look at the gold difference. V5 won while at a gold deficit. They were so far ahead for so long. But fight after fight, you have to say, RNG doing such an exceptional job at team fighting in the later stages of the game. It didn't feel like they'd figured out how to pull these team fights off earlier on. Like you were saying before, Karsa just ulting onto Gala every single fight, and it didn't feel like RNG had an answer for that. But once we got to the late game, they really came alive.
Yeah, and I think that was the big thing, was like taking fights in their own base. It's literally the point on the map that's the largest where you can spread it the most. And it made it really difficult for V5 to try and take multiple different angles of attack, especially when they want that kind of front to back. And again, RNG, good job from like kind of giving up Barons, giving up these objectives, knowing that that was their best place to fight. But unfortunately, just wasn't enough against what V5 had.
And you know what? I've got some great news for everyone. This is the LPL, and that means we've got a best of 3.
Yes.
So there is plenty more where that came from. We're going to jump into a break. We'll be back with game number 2 just after.